All right, we're going to be looking at August 14th. This is Friday, and this is the day we're going to be focusing on gymnastics. So, primal movements. Have them move around their box, doing funny things. We just want them to get warm. And then they're going to be working toes to bar, but honestly, we're working on understanding our bodies. So I would roll out the mats, have them do log rolls down it. Let's just learn how to roll over back and forth. And then they're going to go handstand walk, so like an obstacle course. And then they're going to go handstand walk sideways and sideways. If they're not comfortable with a handstand walking with their feet on the wall, have them go sideways in the plank and sideways in the plank like little craps. And then as they get better, let's practice arch, hollow, arch, hollow. But I don't want us getting stuck for 5 minutes on the arch, hollow and then for a long time. You should be able to coach them as they come to the handstands and then be able to watch them at the same time as they're doing their arch and hollow. And then for the game, they're going to hang from the bar and they're going to pick something up with their feet and put it at a higher spot. So the most items on the top of their box wins. If stuff gets knocked off, it doesn't count. This is a great game because kids that normally aren't very good at stuff get to shine during this game. All right, and then their workout is going to be a math equation. So you're going to have to do a lot of pre-planning and figuring out what math equations are going to be best. So I would do two. I would do one really easy that they can all figure out, and then one a little bit harder, but really not that hard. So the easy one, you might just literally give them a cup, and this is they have to count the pennies or count the items in it, and that is how many battle ropes they have to do. So they'd do 1, 2, and they would do 21 times that they slammed the ground. And everybody will know that they have to do 30 jump ropes. And then they come back and they have another cup that has their 15 double presses. And they can either count it, or maybe this is the group that is more advanced and you give them a very simple math addition or subtraction equation. And they're done. They're parallel knee tucks, so they're holding and their knees go up, and then I want their feet to go back on the ground, okay? So that's the knee tuck, that's the ab movement, but I want them to be able to rest their bodies a little bit. And then going to our Koda athletes, so making sure they need to go slow. This is not for time, okay? I just want them moving. So we can have the kids all start in different spots and they just move through it. So, if someone's still on the ski erg, they're waiting. If they're short, I would stack plates, put a box, that way they can reach it and then go over the rules for the ski erg. And then our skill, using the parallettes that were out for the Koda kids, for the Koda athletes, we're going to do parallel shoot-throughs, a little bit more advanced, okay? No one is doing the back and forth without their feet touching. I want them fully extending to push up and fully extending. So maybe put a visual aid to tell them how far they need to shoot. And then handstand walk. We can have them put their feet on the box and go up at different levels, or we can just, once again, have their feet on the wall or in a push-up position. Those are all fine. And then this is the spot that you're going to need to coach and be paying attention to, is the upside down ring hold. I want them just to be like a straight body. So some of them are going to have a hard time with that, and that's fine. Put a mat underneath them to make them feel more confident, and we're just going to practice on holding upside down, and then they can straighten them out, or they can be in a pike, or they can be a tuck, but let's advance each time to maybe upside down. And then their game, they're going to be only using their feet, same concept, but instead of just raising things up, they're going to have something between their feet. Their partner will put it there in the arch position, and then they're going to be explosive with those hips, and then they are going to shoot it as far as they can. And you need to put out lines identifying how far each thing is worth as they get it to that distance, and the most points win. So they just leave it out each time they're shooting, they're paying attention. And I would create like a no man's land. And so let's say someone gets real wonky and it goes to the left and it goes into the no man's land, it doesn't count. Or if it's even crazier, it goes into the other team's area. It's their point. Just like basketball, if you're to score on the other team's goal, it's their point. And then their workout, so working on pacing, they're doing 12 burpee box overs, okay, then 20-meter front rack carry, and then 12 seated toes to bar. So no one's getting on the rings, no one's getting on the bars. I know they want to, but let's force them to go back down to simple stuff, and then we can get back up to the more challenging things. We can make those boxes plates if the kids are having a hard time, okay? Front rack carry, it doesn't matter what they're doing. If they're using plates, maybe they can do their plates, pick their plate up and then put their plate back down. And the seated toes to bar, not everyone's going to be able to do seated toes to bar, so you might have them do holding onto the kettlebell and their feet coming back and forth for it, or holding on to the rig. And so that is it. Make sure that they rest 1 minute. We talk about pacing with them. Pacing is very important. They don't understand it yet. Most adults don't. So there's a lot to do in all of these classes. Just make sure you think ahead of time and set them up so that way you are set up for success, and all you have to do is go through the motions at that point in time.